Hey, y'all. Welcome back for episode 1 of season 2 of Soul Shift. I am so excited to be back. I am here with a glass of Cabernet, the Josh brand Cabernet today, because I was just feeling excited to finally be recording again. I'm returning from a much needed break, which is kind of the focus of today's episode, unplugging and just completely taking a break. It's something that I know we know is important, but we just overlook it. We feel like we don't have time to take a break, and taking a break sometimes just causes more work and more stress for us. So we're gonna chat about it. So get your favorite drink. I've got mine, and if you're feeling like you're running on empty, this episode is for you. Keep listening. All right, so let's just get real for a second. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I feel like I have been caught up in this cycle of just constant work and parenting, and I just never have any moment to just do something for myself. I felt like this when I was teaching as well, but I think it actually became worse when I left teaching and I'm more remote now. I travel more for work because it's just so easy for me to work. I can just grab my phone and do some things. I can see ideas out. I'm in marketing, so creative things are always sparking ideas for me. I'm just always doing something. And of course, with my daughter, you know, she's my daughter. She is very high on that list as well. My husband, thankfully, he is very low key. God knew exactly what I needed. He's a low key guy. He doesn't need much of my attention. He gets my attention, but he's not as demanding, obviously, as our 5-year-old or as my job is. And like I said, I just don't really ever take a moment for myself. Like, work deadlines are nuts in my job. I have like a project management role, program management, I would say, like times 10. And the deadlines are strict deadlines. There's no leeway with them. Family responsibilities of just the typical wife and mom duties, daughter duties, cousin duties. Nova having all of her dance events. She wants to now get into, I think she said she wants to do tennis and swimming and drums and just so many things she wants to do. She's heading to school, so I already know she's about to bring home all these different things she wants to try. I love that. I just don't know if we have the time, but we'll handle that later. Just trying to keep it all together. And it's easy to forget that we need to recharge. We got to recharge. And I am someone who chronic, like it is chronic issue for me. I will mask my time, the me time, as doing something with my daughter or husband. Like I am so guilty of it for sure. My daughter loves the show Wipeout. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's on Hulu. You probably can see it on YouTube TV if you have that. But it's like an obstacle course. It's the silliest show, and I understand why my 5-year-old loves it. But it's been on for years, like years since I was young. I'm 31 years old. It's been on for a long time, and it's just an obstacle course over the water. It's pretty much impossible to get through it without falling into the water. You get covered in mud and dirt, and it's just the silliest show, but she loves it. She loves that. She loves American Ninja Warrior. She loves America's Funniest Videos. We watch all those things all the time. She loves that show. I don't love Wipeout, but she does. And I love to see how excited she is to watch it. She also recently started being really interested in art and like creating beaded bracelets. If you're on YouTube, you can see Nova made these for me. And coloring. And I do love coloring. I don't always want to color Barbies, like in Barbie coloring books, but I do enjoy coloring. And the point of me saying that is because I often count this as me time because I'm not working per se. But the goal, something that I'm actively trying to do, is to make a real effort to do something that's actually about me. You know? Like I love my girl, but I don't want to color Barbies. I want to do something else. Yeah, and unplugging doesn't usually mean dropping everything and just running off to a tropical island, but that's what I did this time. That's what I did. And shout out to my cousin because he got married in Bermuda. And we went, my family and I decided to go. Christopher was not able to go this time. Work just had too many demands. And Nova and I went, my parents went, and some of our other family members were able to go. We were away for 9 nights and 10 days on a cruise through Bermuda in the Bahamas. And originally I was going to work like 9 nights. I was going to be gone for too long. And I decided I was going to bring my laptop and work through preseason prep, like on the deck, out on the ship in the morning, or out on the balconies in the morning, whenever I could. And my mom, she is someone who is always encouraging me to take a break. She doesn't take breaks. She has 10,000 jobs just like I do, and she's always doing something else. She does more than I do, honestly. She takes on more than I will, like outside of her job, which is already very demanding. And she's always telling me to take a break. But she sees how my work brain is always on. Like even on this trip, we were walking through Nassau and I saw like some of the shop signs and I was like, Mom, take a picture of that. I'm going to incorporate that in some of my marketing. So like my work brain is always on. I'm working all the time without even realizing I'm doing it. And she convinced me for once, this time, to leave my laptop at home in America and truly be logged out. No work. I hardly had Wi-Fi and I was terrified, but I did it. And it was so needed. It was so, so needed. My skin, I don't even know if you can see, I'm not wearing makeup today other than my eyebrows because they look crazy without me doing something to them. But my skin is clearer. I feel better. I feel super rested. I had a lot of mommy and Nova time that wasn't so like forced or rushed or just like, let me just squeeze in this time because of mom guilt. It was just real, no stress, totally carefree, free, fun, and rest. And it was necessary. And when we take a break, it's not like you're just stepping away from your responsibilities. It is truly your chance to recharge and get a fresh perspective and come back to your responsibilities with renewed energy. And I know that guilt, it's really easy to feel like you're failing if you take a break. I used to be a teacher. Getting a sub, you can ask any teacher. Like most decent teachers, which I'm not gonna lie, I was a fire teacher. I'm still a fire teacher because I'm doing stuff for church. I will toot my own horn on that. I can teach a class. I can connect with some kids. Most teachers who have any kind of care for their students or their job are going to tell you it is so difficult to have a substitute in your room and just go. It's so hard to just throw some plans on the back table and say, see y'all, be back soon. Bye. Number one, these are your kids. You've worked hard to get them where they are. You have test deadlines. I'm sure there's a testing deadline that's coming up. There's the curriculum, the pacing for you and your team is always a thing. So you can't just say color a picture while you're gone. You have to give them something productive to do. But it's difficult. It's really difficult to do that because if you don't give them something that actually progresses in the timeline that you need, when you come back, you're farther behind and I have more work to do. If you give them the content that you need to be taught in place of you and it's not taught correctly, or if the children don't understand what the substitute taught them, or if the sub doesn't understand what you wanted them to teach, you're further behind and that's more work. And planning and doing the sub plans, just putting things in a way that another adult who doesn't teach all the time can understand, getting all the copies, the printers jammed. It is chaos. It's chaos. Take a break. And in my job with marketing and having the goals that I have and the very strict timeline that I have right now, it seemed unreal for me to just say I'm not available. Like I can't do that. But I did it. And it gave me some guilt at first because we're just used to juggling a million things at once, especially as parents. Like we do all the things. So I did have that time of just feeling guilty of being totally tapped out and just chilling with my kid and having some drinks. And it really was a mental health break. But I was thinking sometimes, like, what if they need me? Like, what if I let this whole team down? We don't reach our goals because of this. But in reality, it really did allow me to come back more focused, more energized. I have even more ideas. Like my creative block that I was working through is gone. Like I saw so many things that just excited me and gave me more ideas for us to use this year and to play with. And it ultimately benefited everyone. Me being away for a little bit just benefits everyone. And creativity has peaked. And I feel like, like I said, I could have been on the brink of a burnout, but now I'm ready to go. So there's that. So some things that I am truly, truly committing to doing in order to avoid burnout or just this exhausted feeling that I was feeling. Let me tell you what they are, because I'm hoping that by now something has resonated with you that you want to try too. And I'm going to give you a little list. Some of these you'll find that are easier than others, but we'll work through that. But number one, top of the list is setting boundaries with myself, with myself and others. But I have to designate specific times to check emails or to check my Slack messages for work. Outside of those hours, there's no work. This has actually become easier, and I credit my husband, Christopher, for that. He has earlier hours now. He has a new role, and he now has earlier hours. Before, he was getting home much later, like 7:30 at night. Now he's at home by like 3:50 to 4 p.m. So he's home a lot earlier. Usually when he gets home, I'm still on the computer working. I usually don't shut down my life until 5. But he's home earlier, and he is the chef of the house. He makes our dinner every night. I'm not the cook. He enjoys cooking. He's always looking for new recipes to try. He does it. So when he comes home, he says hi to Nova. He plays with her for a bit. He sees me, and he takes a shower, and he starts cooking dinner. And when dinner is done, work is done. He makes dinner. We eat it together, and it's family time. Family time, me time, whatever has to come next, but no more work. So that's been like my guide that, okay, dinner's done. It's time to shut down for the day. And that has been successful. And trying to stick to it has not been as hard as I thought. And actually letting my husband know that that's my goal, he's been able to hold me accountable to say, okay, dinner's done. I'm not bringing it to the office for you to eat while you work. It's downstairs. And that has helped, because he would sometimes bring my dinner to me at my computer. The second thing is one of my favorites, and I hope it's yours too, is creating a relaxation routine. Hear me out, okay? This doesn't have to be every night, but at least once a week. Plan to be alone and have your relaxation routine, okay? So mine is sushi, wine, Netflix binging, a warm blanket, and maybe some TikTok scrolls, some coloring. I have, side note, this lady on TikTok, I want to say her name's like Coloring with Coco Coloring. I don't know. Black owned business. She makes beautiful, beautiful coloring books for women of color. I have her volume 8. It's all about skin and hair, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever had. I'll have to show you guys later, like on Instagram. DM me if you want to see it. But that's my relaxation routine. Nothing else going on. Sushi, wine, Netflix, a blanket. I throw it in, like in the warmer, and chill, color, scroll, or just do whatever. All in my bed, all by myself. Okay. Now this is a work in process. I won't lie. This is a work in progress. I am not doing this weekly. like I'm not. It's not realistic. Like I said, I do have a 5-year-old, and I do have work deadlines. I can't always lock down a full day where I'm just by myself in my house and everyone else leave me alone. I can do all these things, but I'm trying my best. It has to happen at least monthly right now. I want to get to a point where I can do it weekly. My baby's going to be going to school in a couple weeks, so maybe I'll work in some time like when she's at school to do this and my husband's at work. But I need to lock in and do better, but at least I'm aware of the need, and that's a success. Relaxation routine. I really, really, really encourage you to really think about what you like. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be even leaving your house. What relaxes you? But maybe it is. My mom, her relaxation routine is absolutely outside of the house. She loves a day when she's getting her hair done, her nails done, if she's shopping, like she loves it. Spending money, like if she's out and glamming up and spending money on things she likes, she's happy. I am not. I want to Amazon scroll and fill up my cart and maybe buy things, maybe not. By myself with food and drinks that I like. That's relaxing to me. But to each his own. Think of your relaxation routine. Next, I would say communicating your needs. Let your family, let your friends, let your colleagues know that you need some time for yourself. I keep going back to teaching today. I don't know why, but in education, often we would just pop in each other's rooms and just kind of talk and vent and do all the things, which I love those moments. But sometimes you just need to be by yourself. Like I need to focus and get something done so I can get out of here on time, and you can't really talk. You need to be able to communicate that. Like if you need to just be by yourself, not even just to work, just because you're overstimulated, communicate that. Be clear about that. And most people will understand and they'll support you in that need for a break. My husband does a really good job of taking Nova on activities when I just need some time. Even if I'm just in the shower, like my girl is checking for me in the shower. I don't know if anyone else has kids like that, but when I'm in the shower and she hears the shower, and if she sees Christopher and she knows I'm in that shower, she's at the door. Like, mommy, like she just, I don't know what it's about, but she just, when I'm in the bathroom, she just needs, she thinks I'm like escaping in there or something. So um, she's checking, and I will hear him just redirecting her like, oh, mommy's taking a shower. What do you need? Let daddy help you. You want daddy to help you? Like he's really great at that. So let your people know and they will be more helpful than you may think. So that's really it for today, y'all. So wrapping up, I just want you to think of one small thing you can do. It's a challenge for you, and I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to ask you about it. Think about one thing you can do this week. So you're getting this on Friday. All week. By next Friday, when the next episode drops, I want you to have done something to unplug and recharge. Just take some time for you. It could be a long bath. It could be a coffee date with a friend or by yourself, or even just putting your phone on do not disturb and taking a nap. Because sometimes that's a win, and that's what you need. Whatever it is, just make it a priority. And let me know in my DMs. Let me know. And on YouTube, if you're watching YouTube, put in the comments. I want to know what you decided to do, and I want to know how it went. How do you feel? Let me know. Thank you for joining me today on the first episode of season 2. This is Soul Shift. I'm Dani, and I hope you found some inspiration to take that much needed break. Until then, stay strong, stay resilient, and keep embracing the shifts. Bye.